Hey folks, how are you doing this evening? This is 1010 Noggin, getting ready to do another round of hopefully relaxing Fallout 76 play tonight. Excuse me. Boy, another busy day. Looking for something to just get my mind off of all the stuff that goes on in a day. Relax a little bit before I hit the hay. Get some rest for tomorrow. So let's go ahead and jump in. So I did this last night too, where in my mind doing a casual stream means I'm not like publishing any notifications or anything. Like if someone happens to stop by and see the stream, that's great. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm probably going to focus on less on things that are kind of showy, right? Like I'm not going to focus much on the Mothman story right now. I'm going to gather some materials from it for improving weapons, for building up my house, my shack. And that's about it, really. Last night's stream was a lot of fun. I kind of pushed myself to go out into some territories that I hadn't visited yet, places that were maybe a little dangerous, and regretted it. Only because I don't think I didn't actually ever die. It's just that it was not very satisfying. Oh. Wow. What? Looking to see if there are any like feet curled up coming out from under there. But anyway, it was just a nice reminder that really this game is meant to be played multiplayer. You know, let's see, toggle buildable, just to modify, and I can try to repair it. I don't have this. That ceramic is going to just keep plaguing me. Let's go into town. Say hi to the neighbors. And borrow some ceramic, since they're the ones who came and blew up my generator. So anyway, here's the deal. I took down the video on demand of last night's stream. Because... not, you know, like I said, it was just a easygoing, no real purpose to it sort of a thing anyway. There you go. Hold still. Alright, sorry, I forgot to load. How embarrassing. Oh, that would have been... Stop. Oh, you're sneaky. There we go. One and two. Fall down this way? All the way? Nope. So I took last night's stream offline, at least on YouTube, because I started talking about... I was in a mood. I don't know if it came out in the stream. I'm a pretty mellow person. I've been told it's kind of hard to tell if I'm actually upset. When I think I'm acting really upset, a lot of people tell me they had no idea. I've also been told the opposite, so... Point being, I was feeling just... I don't know, you get that way, right? Especially if you read too much garbage on the internet and that kind of thing, and I had kind of indulged in a lot of internet junk. And the truth of it is... Well, I guess a little more info. So the particular junk I was partaking of had to do with just all the flack around 76. Now I'm not a 76 like fan, right? I like it, but a fan is I've already got one of those. Saying you're a fan of something kind of implies maybe you like take time to study the lore, like you're really into it, right? That's not me. I play this pretty casually. I like it. I have fun. But I'm also, you know, Bethesda has obviously done themselves a lot of harm by the way that they presented this, by all the other shenanigans that have gone on. Oh, interesting. Who did all this? I thought I got you in the face. That time I definitely got you in the face. Anyone else? So yeah, I mean, I can obviously see all the garbage that the Pez has pulled lately. I don't get, I've said this lots of times, I'm going to keep it short, I don't get all the vitriol around this game. All the absolute, the just, I've been calling it the hate wave, right? Just all the anger around it. And frankly, it makes it tough in some circumstances to just casually enjoy the game. When basically it's kind of like, you know, you're... I don't know, I can't think of a good analogy. The only analogies I can think of, I don't want to get into here. I don't want to repeat them, so we're not going to do that. Oh, hello! But last night, for whatever reason, it was really bugging me, you know? Not that people were saying something bad about something I liked, but because people were insisting on being these... Oh, I don't remember this. We'll try it. Why is my mouth stuck open?
This world now that cannot be explained.
Okay, that's a problem. Hold on.
The world has awoken. Something. We all know the Mothman is out there, stalking and watching us. But what of the unseen? There are things we can only glimpse in our minds. Great entities beyond our comprehension.
Blah, blah, blah.
The Mothman is a creature
I'm in a lot of trouble with
like
that
us,
lately.
and the unknowable horrors in the peripheral vision
Probably stick
of
for a
our
minute while it
subconscious
reloads.
minds. No longer just a false memory now. I have heard a tale of this entity made real, deep in the earth. And the storyteller was mad by any reckoning, but his story, no less true. My name is Jeff Lane, and I will lay bare this watcher. No matter how deep I must go, I will come to know the true nature of the interloper.
So that letter said something about keys in a house that was just up from the garage. I have no idea which garage they're talking about, what the garage looks like or anything. Ooh. So we'll take a look around here. Might be interesting. So, oh, get away from there. Don't need that. Again, I'll say just out loud, just on the off chance that someone hears. If there were a way that we could turn off these radios, like, permanently in the day... Oh, no, I've got to listen to it while I hurriedly try to pick the lock so I can stop it so I don't have to clear the audio here. Huh? Where is it? From down here. Oh, I didn't realize I was here. Okay. There. So is that locked again? It is. It relocks itself. That's kind of lame. Anyway, geez, I keep getting interrupted. It feels like this is dragging out way too long. Hold on. So yeah, basically, a bunch of people are whatever's going on in the forums. It had kind of ticked me off, and I decided last night to kind of rant about it. And it was a half-hearted rant at best. It was not well spoken, not well said. I was saying things that, you know, basically I didn't say anything really bad. I just indulged more than I ever do, right? And I just decided that, nah, that's not, for any number of reasons, that's not really what I want to have showing on my site. So it's gone. Basically, you know, you're always going to have someone at some point. You're going to be the old person yelling at the kids to get off your lawn, and you don't have to wait till you're actually an elderly person for that to happen. You're just going to be trying to enjoy something, and someone else is just going to insist on coming along, dumping all over it. Stray dogs pooping on your lawn, mosquitoes or ants, or take your pick at the picnic. Always going to be something that's just annoying. And there's no really good response. I mean, the complete lack... Okay, here's the garage. So there's a house up from the garage. The absolute lack of thought that goes into most of that stuff. And I'm not saying that to, again, it's not really a difference of opinion, not saying it to be mean. I've not seen a really good, thoughtful analysis of this. Really, pro or con. Everyone's sort of caught up in the, yeah, you're stupid, you such, when, boring as heck. Aggravating. Not why I play games, right? Okay, so you talked about how the house was up from the garage. Where in the world could he be talking about? Okay, apparently I'm thirsty. Let yourself in and get the keys. So is there a way to get into this place from the back or from up on top? Nothing there. It's all boarded up. Well, foo. But I was going to say, basically people who are into that sort of, I use this term loosely, engagement, right? You get online and you just want to make your thoughts known, and out they come, right? You compare that to most people who are maybe either just trying to idly enjoy the game, whatever it is, or who are maybe trying to put some thoughtful analysis into something, and they don't have the callousness or the time or the inclination to really engage. And so all you get is stupid versus stupid in those discussions. But the bottom line, like I said, is true. It's just that they're always going to be there. I guess what I'm trying to say next is I don't think there's really a good way to fight against them. It's funny. It really frustrates some other folks I know. We've had a lot of conversations about this. My son in particular. And I really don't want to eat these. The more I find out about this guy, there's no way I'm eating the Mothman eggs. I did in the beta and did it mostly for a gag because I knew I wouldn't continue that character. Anyway, I'll have to ask him again who it was. My son was really into history. And he had a great story of someone who had a reputation for ticking people off in government. I don't remember which government it was. But apparently he was kind of famous, whether it was a one-time event or something that was ongoing, where he would say something that would rile everyone present. Everyone in the, and so there'd just be this barrage of yelling and arguing and all that. And apparently he would sit down, pick up a newspaper, and just start reading. Already got that. What is that? Oh. And he would sit there and read the newspaper until everyone had kind of vented enough. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I've not seen this. This is creepy as heck. Well, you kind of have to take that response. I mean, barring the idea that someone's actually... Yeah, done. I don't know. I think that we all have those sort of hot button things where it's very difficult to... You might understand that that's how the world is. Some days more than others, it's just hard to be at peace with it. This game is far from perfect. Part of what I think... Let's kind of focus on the positive here. Part of why I think I'm willing to just kind of keep playing and not sweat it. And yeah, there are bugs. I've been getting more and more instances where I get disconnected from the server, so I get booted. It's not... I think there's been one time, like last night it actually happened, and it kind of ticked me off because I had gone pretty far afield. Ooh, I forgot. I need to, drink liquids, hydrate myself. Blood pack. Let's go down and take a diluted rattle, even though it's a little tiny amount there. Then we'll use a blood pack and we'll try and get the full benefit of it. That'll also help take care of some of my thirst. And we'll jump to the other end and drink that whiskey. Toxic. Oh yeah, we're not doing that. What else? Purified water, recycle, nah. There's a cherry. Those don't satisfy your thirst very much. Have some mutt chops. Dirty water. No thanks. Got lots of boiled water. We'll drink that up. Ugh. Gross. So anyway. So I worked in software engineering. Long story short, working in software these days, you know, unless you're doing a very particular kind of work, means that you kind of favor releasing things early, even if they're, we'll say incomplete. You don't ever want to release something that's broken, right? Something that genuinely can't be used. And I think some people would look at this game and think, yeah, no, that's exactly what that game is. That's what I'm talking about. It's like, well, I beg to differ. You know, it has some bugs. It has lots of bugs. But I personally haven't found that they really detract from my ability to play the game, meet goals, have fun. You know, so it's incomplete and broken in some cases, but it is usable. I kind of wonder about the hardware requirements. How many problems out there are really just people's, you know... I think the hardware requirements are pretty high. So anyway, so I'm already accustomed to the idea. No, I'm not doing death from above. Oh, I guess I am. I always think, whenever I see death from above, I think it's trying to get me to go try to take on a scorch beast. I'm like, well, no, oh no, that's just someone getting ready to launch a nuclear weapon.
Attention, citizens.
That's what that
Nuclear
is.
strike imminent.
Please take a look on the map, see where it is. Go down here, there it is. I'm really bummed you can't just send one anywhere. I mean, that would be utterly chaotic, but that would also be fun. I don't know the story. Maybe there's a reason you can't. That they kind of worked in. So anyway, I guess it would be sort of the ultimate griefing to keep nuking people. So, maybe I should reconsider. I have no idea what house they were talking about next to the garage, so I'm just going to move on. I was after some ceramics, so let's go back to that the museum, and see if they have some coffee mugs. Pretty sure they should. La 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 la. I worked in software. I'm used to the idea of releasing or even using things that, you know, aren't completely polished yet. It's just, it ends up being a good thing for the software overall, because for reasons. Let's not, you know, let's not turn this into a lecture on software development. It's counterintuitive to a lot of people, understandably, but it really is. It really does end up being a good thing. Ceramic. We're encumbered. My gosh. Search teams. Read. Oh, it's just people's names. Okay. What's that? Nope. Let's see if I have something. I know I have something that'll improve my carry limit. More at chunks. There we go. That'll take care of it. If those wear off, why, I'll just eat some more. An IV bag, Med-X, no. Med-X. I guess I could try taking those. I tend not to use them very much, if at all. But I could try. Over encumbered again. Whiskey wore off. That's interesting. Let's see. What about... Does that do anything? I know. Strength. Eh? Now I'm right at the limit. And drunk. So when I play something like this, kind of coming from that background... Oh, cool. Something new to open. It doesn't surprise me at all that they would release something that they knew they were going to keep building on intensively for probably a really long time. I mean, fundamentally, one of the reasons you do that is you kind of challenge yourself to, you know, that you don't really know what's best. You don't know what's going to work and what isn't. You don't know what people are going to like and what they won't. You have to make some kind of large-scale bets, or else you can't produce anything at all. Which they... trash can? Okay. Which they did here, you know, like the multiplayer thing's an example of where they had to commit to, you know, this idea that's just going to change the shape of the game entirely. Oh, no, no, no. No, no. Scrap all junk. There we go. Almost back into the weight limit there. But then there's going to be a lot of other things. Like, one of the ones I think is curious is NPCs. I think that there are some dynamics about NPCs and multiplayer that are a little tough. You know, like if someone's talking to an NPC and they're trying to get a story going, and someone else walks up and starts trying to interact with them, how do you deal with that? You know, what are the mechanics of that in the game? I think there are probably some difficulties with the design that a lot of folks haven't really thought about in their demands for NPCs. But I wouldn't be surprised either if a lot of the people who really wanted the NPCs back also just wanted nothing to do with multiplayer. You know, they're looking for Fallout 5, not 76. I guess they're kind of angry that they didn't get what they would have preferred. I don't know. Who knows, right? So I have some ceramic. Let's see if I can build that. Rebuild that generator. All I've been trying to do here is get a single light bulb lit. And it has been a pain in the butt. I don't think I have any meat I need to cook. Bing! Okay. So I probably need some turrets up here too. Anyway, so I'm encouraged by the notion, and I could be totally wrong. Could be way off base, and it could be that they made Fallout 76 thinking, no, it's done. We're totally done with that thing, and they're actually surprised that people are not happy with it. It could be. I don't think it is, but it could be. Oop. Oh, that's a bad shot. Well, it looked like he was trying to stand up. Do that. Where's it? Oh, there. You guys are adorable. Thoroughly annoying, but also adorable. Okay. Where in the heck did they come from, even? It's a weird kind of a chance encounter. Oh, here, pardon me for a sec. I gotta adjust something else. This. And then back to the game. Whoops, we're not. Back to the game. Anyway. I like the idea that they are committed for the long term to this thing, and that we're going to see, like, years worth, I hope, of improvements and enhancements. Oh, so where I was going with the NPC thing. It's a good example of something that I think if they simplify the mechanics, they could probably add something like that back in. I mean, they have a lightweight version of it now with characters like Graham and some of the robots, you know. So why couldn't they expand on that? So if people are upset that they took out the NPCs and they're willing to play a version of it that is multiplayer but with the NPCs, well, there's really nothing stopping them from adding that at some point. But right now, I'm pretty well convinced that they're doing a lot of things to really, really shape the audience of the game. Maybe see how big the audience is. And use that to inform some of their next projects. Like, you know, the big things they have on the table. They've got a whole new franchise coming out in who knows how long. Space-based thing, right? Well, what they're learning from this experience is absolutely going to shape what they do with that game. And this is much lower risk. Like, this thing has so many people who already love the franchise and are going to play, like me, where even if I'm kind of annoyed with some of the features, I still like it. I still enjoy it. I still have fun. So this thing's going to be a really good test bed for figuring out, you know, some of those riskier, large-scale moves I mentioned before. The ones that, once you commit to them in a project, they're very, very difficult to switch. So you better hope you get the key elements of them right. Okay. Well, let's see how we do this. Oh, sorry, I gotta jump out again. So, let's go to blueprints. Rather, let's go to notes. And camping syllabus. What's the commander space read? Excavators map. You read. Where are they? Listed parts. Ah, basketball hoop 2. I will save. Bear-proof trash can. Learn. Bio-tom mesh leather armor lining. Ooh. Yes. No idea what that is. A boxing glove? Yeah. There's one of the chemistry workbenches. Cryo. Oh, yes. And a dumpster and a foot blocker. Hunting rifle. Oh, go figure. Plan. Hunting rifle, scorch killers, something or other. Yeah, that's... Kitchen stove, sure. A large toolbox. I guess I don't have to read them all out, but... No idea what an MRI grenade is. Wow. Pianos. Plan. Oh, Raider armor limbs. Okay. What happens if you try learning it again? Oh, it's blocked. Apparently it... Good, good. I was worried it wouldn't recognize that I'd already done that. Safety poster, sure. Yeah, 4 teachers' workbenches. A union uniform. Vault Tech University statue. No, that's okay. Jumpsuit? Sure. A plan for Vault Girl? Can you... Can you view? Well, that's not helpful. Oh, come on, go back. Oh, that view. No, I want to view the thing. Oh, and inspect. Alright. Gosh, I don't know. Maybe if I look closer. Clearly not what I thought. Okay, well, we'll do that. How is that different? Are they different statues? Guess I'll go build me a Vault Girl to find out. Cardboard standees, sure, why not? Water pump and a water purifier. Wooden patio chair. Okay. Ooh, no bloatfly loaf. Bloodbug pepper steak. Gross. Cranberry jam. Deathclaw Wellington. Cool. Oh, Delbert had a lot of recipes. Fire cap souffle, cool. Fried deer skins. Doesn't sound so bad. A little tough. A glowing fundus puree, I guess. So I haven't looked for these the whole time I've been playing. So I've got like a, oh, I'm not doing that. Got a huge backlog of stuff. Mixed meat stew. Sounds lovely. Ooh, that actually does sound good. lots of tea, huh? Swamp tofu, that sounds lovely. Picture it being black. Anything to do with those? Nope. 1 and 6. So at least 4 more to find, maybe more. Oh yeah, so I picked this up yesterday too. Got 1 piece of a code. Okay, that's that. Now I'll go back in here and go to... It's going to be like connectors or something, right? Generators, power connectors. Good. And... It's telling me I can't build any of them because I have no ceramic. My gosh. Well, there's a graveyard. I knew there should be. I knew there had to be one on one side of the church at least. I don't think you see that very much these days, right? It used to be that the graveyard or the churchyard, you know, obviously right next to a church. These days, you put death as far away from yourself as you can. None of those grim reminders of our mortality. So I thought it was cool. There's actually a church in Cleveland, Ohio, where there's a guy named Alistair Begg, who really awesome pastor, originally from Scotland. Started listening to him years and years ago now. But anyway, it's where his church is, and he, I need to check and see if they actually went through with it. They were actually going to put a churchyard in, like around their church. Like I think it's a, you know, fairly contemporary looking church. And if you, you know, whether you attend or not, you know, I'm sure you've seen what our modern church buildings look like. We'll try to picture one of those modern buildings now with, you know, an actual graveyard right next to it. But they're going to do it just for that very reason, you know, that regular reminder that this is where we all end up. You might be thinking, oh, cheerful thought, but it, you know, it's true. And recognizing it changes what you do with each and every day. For the better. Usually. I'm telling you, in the PS4 version, this is way harder. I don't know why, but I've not been able to hold on to more than 2 or 3 bobby pins at a time in that game. Aren't you? Oh, a little creepy version of you. And ceramic. So I say they always have a bunch of mugs sitting in here. Those are glass. Or sure time to begin. This is where I headed at first. No, that's too much yammering. Got distracted. Steeped carrot flower tea. I don't think I saw that one. Some aluminium. Jump. Easier to see things from here, and I don't actually see anything very interesting. So I'll take the circuitry. So that should keep replenishing. Oh hey, Akira Nightwish, how you doing? Glad to have you here. How's your night going? Now, there may be a bit of a lag in the chat just because there's a pretty significant delay in, you know, from real time to stream time. hope you weren't waiting too long. I think I'm heading for my... Yeah, okay. Boy, people are getting crazy with the nuclear launches tonight. There's a nuke inbound. They always make it sound like it's going to be right here, which would actually be kind of exciting, right?
Attention, citizens.
Have to
Nuclear
pack up and
strike imminent. Please
hightail it
exit
out of
the
there.
area at your earliest
Did they bust it
convenience.
again? It's smoking.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Like, there are no scorched around here so far as I know. Not right now, anyway. I did them all in first thing. Anyway, I was going to say about the circuitry that should replenish pretty often. And as it does, I can just go back and... Let's see, scrap items. Go back and keep loading up on circuitry. Scrap all the junk. Okay. And hooray, I can actually do that now. Okay, that looks like the right one. Just put that right by the front door. Actually, a little to the side of the front door. Brilliant. How do I go to wiring? Tab. Guessing. There we go. Oh, look at that. I already put the light bulb in. Brilliant. Cool. So, now let's see about building a bed. Am I going the right way? I have no idea. There's blueprints. I could look there. Blue. Nothing? No. Okay. Stairs, doors. You know, while I'm thinking of it, before I do the bed, I've become lost. There we go. And this rotates you, correct? Yes. Hopefully it's a good spot for it. How many of those can I build? Does it tell me? Oh, I can't build any of them because I have no steel. It doesn't? Wow, look at that. It doesn't take a ton... My mouth is stuck open again. Doesn't take a ton of resources to build those. So... now we go load up on steel. And don't jump off the cliff. So that would be bad. Sounds like the missile launched. Steel should be pretty easy to find. Usually it's almost like a nuisance. Oh, actually there's probably some in the... yeah. That's probably... oh, some ran away. Bandage, scissors. Yep, yep, yep. Stopple in a bucket. The aluminum too. Generally good to stock up on, right? And some more boiled water. Coffee pot. That was good timing. It's like touch the coffee pot and set them in some explodes. Take all the stuff. Yeah, I know I'm over encumbered. Won't be for long. That'll be good. Let's clean the place up for him. What else? Oh, the fan, of course. Don't let the psycho. metal bucket, some turpentine, a wrench. Lots of wrenches. Pet pistol, huh? Another nice thing about living here is a self-replenishing copper vein right outside my door. Now I'm going to have to gather a lot of acid to smelt that, to refine it, but that's okay. Okay, and scrap stuff first. And let's transfer all the junk. Okay. One turret. Maybe a couple turrets, I hope. Coming up. So does it tell you? I'm looking. It used to tell you how many of a thing you could make. I don't see that on here anymore. That is unfortunate. Noise. Oh, is that it? Oh, circuitry. Okay, well that's, like I said, that's okay. I'll just wait until either later tonight or maybe tomorrow and go get some more. Let's see if I have enough metal left over to actually make a bed. Defenses, generators, power connectors, lights, food, water, resources, appliances, beds. New sleeping bag. Thank you. Nothing there. It's filthy, dirty, and gross. But it'll have to do. Oh, I thought for a second I could have built that one. I'm like, hey, wait a minute. Take it for a test spin, shall we? Well, what to do while I recuperate there? So, hopefully when time becomes a little bit more, when I have a little more time on my hands, I've got some other games that I've been looking at streaming. We've got, feel well rested, there we go. We've got Night in the Woods, which I've already done one episode of, but honestly, I didn't really, I didn't want to overthink the format much, so I just kind of dove in and did it. I did a very straight playthrough where I just read the dialogue and made choices, and it wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't that fun. I don't know that it was all that fun to watch. So I might start over, get rid of that one, do it again, and this time loosen up a little bit, and feel free to chat a little bit more along the way, because I'm not trying to... If I were like a voice actor, and I could do different character voices and read through it that way, where just reading through it would be entertaining, that'd be cool. That is so not me. So just a plain spoken read through. Oh, that's really... I'm telling you, people nothing. the lighting effects that they incorporated into this game, I think, are just gorgeous. Really, really neat. It might not be the best in the industry or whatever. I don't know. You could probably find a game that looks even better, but for a Fallout game, it's pretty awesome. So Night in the Woods is one. Kentucky Route Zero is another, and I don't know, excuse me, really what to expect from that. So I may just play that one blind or cold, or whatever you want to call it. Basically, just dive right in, figure it out as I stream. And then there's also, here, I'll just take a look at what the other one's called. Hold on. Yep, I have to disappear for a moment. Pardon me. Oxenfree. That's the other one. Some kind of indie ghost story type thing. Sounded pretty fun. Jeez, I'm almost out of ammo now too. What? What in the world? And none of them have... They've all had their meat taken. That was bizarre. Definitely a glitch, but I'm going to pretend that that was actually a bit of a paranormal occurrence there. Phantom cows appearing out of nowhere. You find that all their steaks have been removed. Bunch more? Hello? Everyone with their meat removed. Oh, hell. Oh, jeez. Freaked me out. There's something coming out of it. That is so weird. Like, doesn't that just speak to, like, the whole alien abduction thing? So are we going to see the Flatwoods monster? Flatwoods horror, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call it the monster. Are those more carcasses? They are. What is up with all the dead cows? The dead meatless cows? Seriously, it's like they're just being dropped out of the sky or something. I see some venison. Sort of. There we go. Shoot mode, I'll find them all. I kind of wish VATS worked on dead things sometimes. Good, get some leather too. over encumbered. Doesn't take much. I really gotta focus on strength for my next couple level ups. There's a third one. I thought it was further back. Rats. That's a log. Well, I don't know where the third one went. That's too bad. Gotta pay closer attention to where they fall. And over, let's see if I can deal with that, deal with being over encumbered. With, oh, spoiled me. Dang. Drop it. It's not dropping. Oh, my hand in the wrong place? No, it's just not dropping it. Okay, never mind. Who knows why. Those improve strength. Again? Eh? No. But it did reduce the load just a little bit. So that should do for right now. Which way am I going? Am I heading east? You say I thought I heard a chicken. Nope. Didn't really see it. Decided to just fire over there. I'd let Vats line up the gun and then let her rip, but that didn't work too well. And now I've scared away the chicken. And get lost in the woods here. I looked at my backlog of games tonight just to see what else I might be playing. Looking to see if there's anything I thought might be a little more relaxing than this, honestly, and the answer was nope. This is it. But anyway, got a ton of things in there that, you know, famous Steam summer sale acquisitions pile up. Takes years and years to get around to. But I've got most of the Deus Ex series, for example. I see where I am. If I go up there, I'm going to have to deal with ghouls. It's not so bad, I guess. Just so long as I know what I'm getting into. Oh, is there something hidden down here? No. There totally should have been something hidden down here. Or a kid, that would have been where I would have, like, hung out. Seriously, this is like a really cool fort. There's nothing in here. So looks like there should be. Like, frankly, even a bear or something. Huh. Having trouble figuring out how to get over there without jumping in the lake. I really don't want to do that. Oh, I've heard about those. Can I go harvest them? Some start to go. That's fun. That may actually explain a couple times where I got injured and had no idea what it got me. I wish I could see better. That's spooky. That all of you for now? I'm over encumbered, so I'm guessing I can't fast travel. So let's take a look at the map, figure out how to get home, since I'm gonna have to do it on foot. Oh, I'm not too far off. Just head due west. That way. Poor guy. Rhododendron. Kind of clicked when you pick them. There's something else shuffling around here. There's my cabin. Get all this meat cooked up. Then, you know, probably call it a night. This has done its job. Feeling more relaxed. So it's just scrap stuff, store stuff, cook stuff. Call it good. My wife's crawling all the way home. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything that I need to fix up. Sure. No. Sure. Nope. Can't do it because of steel. Yeah, lots of stuff. Ah, out of screws. Okay. Firecracker berry juice. Okay. that. Okay. Yeah, a lot more recipes now. Cool. I think that's it. Alrighty, well, thanks again as always for stopping by. Thank you to Akira Nightwish for saying hi. My apologies if I didn't catch you soon enough. No excuses, like I've said before. No, I'm glad you came by. I hope to see you again. Everyone, have a good night. Take care, and I will see you again soon.